Dance Arts of Columbia provides fitness fun for everyone from 3 years old to adult. Dance Arts is a good environment where the friendly staff makes you feel comfortable. Dance Arts feels that dance is an art form that you can experience firsthand by learning tap, jazz, modern, musical theater, lyrical, and ballet. Dance Arts urges you to enjoy a sense of accomplishment while getting fit and having fun. For class information, call 875-1569. Dance Arts of Columbia, serving Columbia since 1979.
Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Monday, December the 28th. I do hope you had a good Christmas day. Now we're marching down towards the end of 2015, if you can believe that. Mel Zelenak is with us, our consumer and travel expert, retired professor at University of Missouri who taught consumer economics.
Yes, consumer economics. I was thinking of this on the way over when I was developing these consumer resolutions. And, I've been teaching consumer education for almost 50 years now.
50?
50.
Yeah.
In public schools and then the university and speeches and whatever. But some of the things that I taught back in the 1960s are still happening today. It's the same advice. You can almost come up with resolutions you would develop 50 years ago. And a lot of it's still the same. A lot of it obviously is different because of the internet and some of the advantages we have now.
I'm looking down at your little cheat sheet here, and I see in great big bold letters, always consider the total cost.
Yes.
The total cost. Because when you go to book a hotel or a rental car or an airline ticket, you see one price, but there's a lot of extra add-ons that you don't see right away.
Yes, and a lot of times, Paul, it can be more than double the stated price. And we both have examples of that. We just rented a car on Priceline and rented it for $12 a day, which is a good deal.
Well, you think, wow, yeah, that's really great.
Great. And it was for 3 days, so the total is $36. And the actual amount I paid was $77.41 for those 3 days.
Yeah, that's the extra fees.
Yes.
And I like how talented they are in naming these fees. They have the airport availability fee, which is one I know that they use. The other one is a highway licensing fee. Then there's their insurance fee. Well, you've got to have insurance yourself to rent the car. Why are they charging you an insurance fee also? And that's not the collision damage waiver.
No, and I'm looking at my notes here because one of the fees that I talk a lot about is in the financial planning industry, and the fees in there. And here you talked about expense ratio at one point in time, that your expense ratio was X or whatever. But that's only the start of it. That's only one of as much as 10 or 12 fees added on to expense ratio. So the average fee for a mutual fund, for example, according to this Tony Robbins, is 3.17% per year. So you could see in a lifetime, a consumer is going to pay 70% of their total investment into that financial planning institution.
Yeah. So there's fees on everything.
There's fees on
everything. Let's go back to travel here a minute.
Yeah, let's do.
So the car rental. There's also the hotels now. They've picked up on what the airlines were doing. You see a price for the hotel room. But now the big thing is resort fees, whether you're staying in a resort or not, or whether you use it or not. The resort fees. It's not funny because those resort fees add up.
Well, and some of them aren't even resorts.
That's what I said, yeah.
Yeah, it's just incredible.
They charge $30, $35, $40 a day resort fees. And when you question, well, what does this include? Well, you can make local calls on the phone without being charged. Most people have a cell phone now. You're not using the hotel phone. The other thing is that you can use, That's what I like to do. The one in Hawaii, you can rent movies. You can rent movies in the lobby to take back to your room. Well, does it include parking? Oh, no, parking is extra. You can use the hotel pool. Well, you can use the pool.
That's another thing. I like Marriott a lot as a company.
But they have resort fees too.
But they have resort fees, and the parking fees sometimes are $25, $30, $35 a day.
Yes.
And you wonder, my gosh. And over in Hawaii, I'm sure they're even higher than that.
So you got to watch out. You see one price, but add up all the different fees that are there.
And even locally, Paul, I like to go to a specific restaurant for lunch, and the meal's $7. Well, you know the meal is never $7 because by the time you add on the taxes and by the time you add on the
tip,
basically the stated tip anymore, they're locking that in. You're up to $12 for that $7 meal that you thought you were having.
Yeah.
So check the total fees, and I could go on and on. The cruise lines do the exact same thing. The auto rental companies will charge you more in one location in a town than the other. The infamous one I use is always in Anchorage, Alaska, where I had a client who would have paid over $1,000 more for a minivan by picking it up at the airport instead of picking it up downtown.
Yeah.
Downtown was 4 miles away.
Yeah. Talk. We're almost out of time, Mel.
Okay.
But real quick about credit cards.
Okay. With credit cards, the resolution there is pay off your credit debt forever, and always pay your credit off as a convenience, or don't use your credit card at all.
Right.
The average person is paying $3,000 a year now, in close to $3,000 a year now in just credit card fees, because they're not paying it off within the 30-day period, as both of us always do.
Oh, it's so important. I like to use a credit card as a convenience, and also I feel that I'm using the bank's money for a month, but I pay it off as soon as I pay it off the day before the due date. I have it set up to automatically pay the day before the due date. So I don't have to pay interest on it, and it's like you're getting a loan for a month using the money that you're not paying interest on.
And that's a great way to do it. And also, I know you. I know what your credit score is, and it's astronomically high. You're able to take advantage of all the great deals on other credit cards as well. And there's so many great deals out there on credit cards if you use them to your advantage.
Right, and don't fall into a hole of running up a massive amount of bill that you can't pay off that month.
That's correct.
Okay. Mel, we're out of time for today.
Okay.
Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
Okay. Did we do any New Year's resolutions?
We did a couple of them, and I promise you we'll do some more next time.
All right. Mel Zelenak, always a pleasure to have you with us. Hope
Thanks,
you have a wonderful 2016.
I know, just a couple days away.
It is.
My gosh.
Thank you for being with us in 2015.
Thanks again.
And we will see you tomorrow. If you got something you'd like to hear or see, drop me an email, pepperp@missouri.edu. Bye-bye.